Welcome to our session this morning, or this afternoon rather. Actually, this is supposed to be the first session of the day with Mr. Saharat. Kindly join us as we are going to try what we have been doing. Skills development to create that articulacy, understanding, and the ability to appreciate the full meaning and definition of every English word. So today we are going to do spelling skills development, and watch us, join us, and see how efficient we are. Over the years, we have grown from step to step, progressively advancing the course of knowledge. And I am also proud to say that Mr. Saharat has been an exemplary character. He has grown with me from Pratham what? 4 or 5? You started Pratham 5 or Pratham 4? Pratham 5, okay. Today he is Matro 6, right? Matro 6, right? So over the years we have grown progressively, advancing in knowledge, understanding, character and attitude, behavior. He has got them all. He has become an embodiment of understanding and character enrichment. So join us. Okay, Mr. Sarah, definitely. Yes. D E F definitely.
Double F.
One F.
I.
F-I.
N.
E. Neatly.
E.
N.
A.
Neatly. Definitely.
I.
N-I.
D.
Huh?
Definitely.
Three.
T. L. I. R.
Definitely.
L.
Definitely. Last chance. Neatly.
E. L. Y.
L-Y, correct. D-E-F-I-N-I-T-E-L-Y. Value.
V. A.
V-A.
L. O.
Value. Value. V-A-L-E.
A.
L-U.
E.
L-U-E, correct. Opinion, yes.
O-P-I.
O-P-I.
N.
N.
E.
Opinion.
A.
Neon.
I.
N-I. O-P-I.
O-P-I-N-I.
N-I.
E.
Neon.
A.
Neon.
U.
Neon.
O.
O.
A.
Neon.
L.
Neon.
Neon. N.
N, correct. Continue. Let us continue.
C-O.
C-O.
U.
C-O.
N.
C-O-N.
T.
T.
U.
T.
I.
T-I.
N.
N.
U.
N-U.
N.
N-U.
D-E.
New.
N-U. I.
Continue. Value. Continue.
E.
N-U-E, correct. disappointment,
disappointment, D
D
I
I
S
S
P
disappointment,
A
P
P
A P
A P I
appointment,
O
appointment, A P
S D I S A P I
A P last chance,
A
A P P O I N I sorry A D I S A P P O I N T M E N T disappointment. Provide, provide,
P R
P R
O
P R O
V
P R O V
I
P O I V I
F
provide. Last chance.
D E
D correct. Sarah, listen. Easy words. I won't give you long chance, okay? Like provide, very easy. Okay, between.
V E
B-E.
double T
Between. One T.
T W
W.
double E
Double E.
N
Double E N, correct. Minimum. Minimum.
M I
M-I.
N
M-I-N.
I
M-I-N-I.
M
M.
O
Minimum.
A
Mom. Last U.
M
U-M, correct. Might. Something might happen. Might.
M I
M-I.
N E
Might.
M I N T
Might.
M I D
Last time I didn't say midnight, I said might. Something may happen. Might. Eh?
T
Might. Last chance. Might.
my
Might.
E
Might. Listen. Might.
my
Might. May. Might.
Y
M-I-G-H-T. Reason. The reason we are here. Reason. Reason.
L E
Reason.
R E
I-E.
S
I-E. Reason. Kwamai.
C
Reason. Kwamai. Reason. I-E.
R double E
One E. I-E.
reason
Reason. What is the reason you are here?
C.
Reason. R-E-A-S-O-N.
R E A S
O-N. However.
H O
H-O.
A
However.
H O W
H-O-W.
A E
E.
V E R
V-E-R, correct. Evaluate.
E V
E-V.
A
E-V-A.
V
Listen. Evaluate.
L-U.
L-U.
V
Evaluate. L.
W wait
Evaluate. Yes. E-V-A-L.
U
L-U.
wait W
Wait.
G
Evaluate.
E
Listen. Listen. Evaluate.
E
Luate.
E A
A.
V wait T
T.
V
T.
E
D. Correct. Listen to my pronunciation so you can get the meaning.
Evaluate.
Evaluate. E-V-A-L-U-A-T-E. Correct? Publisher.
P.
P.
O.
Listen.
P.
Publisher.
P. R. O.
Publisher.
U.
P-U.
B.
P-U-B.
L.
L.
I.
L-I.
C.
L-I. Share.
Share. S.
S.
H.
H.
I.
Share.
A.
Publisher.
E.
E.
R.
E-R, correct? Equal. Equal.
E.
E.
Q.
EQ.
U.
EQU.
E.
Equal.
R.
Equal. Something the same. A.
R. A. E.
Equal.
D. L.
L, correct? EQUAL. Option.
O. P. P.
OP.
S.
Option. Last chance.
T. I. O. N.
DIOA, correct? I told you, easy and simple words. I will not allow you long time, okay? Good. Reduce. Reduce.
R. E.
R-E.
D. U.
D-U.
C. E.
D-U-C-E, correct? Quantity. Quantity.
Q.
Q.
U.
Q-U.
E.
Listen, I'm not giving you a long chance in this very easy word. Listen, quantity. Q-U. Huh?
N.
Q.
U. N. E. D. R. L.
Q-U-A-N-T-I-T-Y.
Q. U. A. N.
Q-U-A-N.
T. I. D. Y.
T-I-T-Y. Quantity. Prefer. I prefer to eat noodles to rice. Prefer.
Prefer. Prefer. P-R-E.
P-R-E.
F. E.
F-E.
R.
F-E-R, correct? Favorable. Favorable.
F-A.
F-A.
V.
F-A-V.
A.
Favorable. Last chance.
E.
F.
A. F. F-A-V.
F-A-V.
O.
O.
R.
R.
I.
Favorable.
F-A-V-O-R. A.
A.
P-E.
Hello.
Favorite.
Favorable. I didn't say favorite. I said favorable.
B.
B.
L-E.
L-E, correct. Worldwide. Worldwide.
Worldwide.
Worldwide.
Worldwide.
Yes.
Q.
Worldwide.
W.
W.
O.
W-O.
D.
Worldwide. The whole world.
L.
W-O.
R.
W-O-R.
L.
L.
D.
D.
W.
W.
I.
I.
N. W. I.
W-I.
D.
D.
E.
D, correct. Thorough. I want to do something very well. Thorough.
T-O
T.
U
T.
A
T. Thorough. When
E.
listen. Thorough means
T-H
T-H.
O
T-H-O.
R
R.
O
R-O.
N
R-O.
long
Thorough.
T
Thorough. T-H-O-R-O.
long long
Thorough, yes.
L
Thorough.
A
Okay, because this one is a little bit difficult, I will allow you time. Thorough. Let us do this in thorough well. Thorough. Very well, meaning very.
U
Okay, T-H-O-R-O-U.
E
Thorough.
D G
G.
E
G.
D
G.
long
Thorough, yes.
G A
Thorough.
L Y
Thorough.
E
Raw.
D
Raw.
T
Raw.
R
Listen. Thorough. T-H-O-R-O-U-G.
H
Correct. Inquiry. If you are asking for information from somewhere or office, inquiry.
I-M
I-N.
Q
Q.
U
Q-U.
R
Q-U.
A
Listen. Inquiry. Inquiry.
I T
Re. Inquiry. Re.
G
Re.
R L
R.
R Y
R-Y, correct. Issue.
E
Issue.
I
I.
S
I-S.
U
Okay, double S-U.
R
Issue.
E
E, correct. I-S-S-U-E. How many now?
23
Okay. We stop at 25 so you can check. Research.
R E
I-E.
S
I-E-S.
E
I-E-S-E.
A
I-E-S-E-A.
C H
Research.
C H
Research. Last chance.
R E S E A search
Research.
G
Search.
C
Last chance. Research.
D
Research.
H
R-E-S-E-A-R-C-H. Participate.
P A
P-A.
T I
This is very easy. I won't
P
lie.
A R
P-A-R.
T
T.
I
T-I.
S
Listen.
C I
C-I.
P
P.
A T
P-A-T.
E
P-A-T-E, correct. How many?
25
Okay, check. Thank you for joining. Thank you. Now let me take you to a short tour about my books. Well, Mr. Saharat will be translating his work into Thai, because what we do here is we do it bilingual. Every of our spelling, IQ test, quiz, conversations, when we finish in English, we try to, as much as we can, to make our students to fully understand what they do. We try to translate the main words, the main Fraser was into Thai for them to be able to grasp. And that's what Mr. Sarat is doing now. While he'll be doing that, let me take you to a tour of my books. And I hope you just go there on Amazon to shop some. This is just some of my books that I have the master copies here. Some of them I don't because of the cost of, for me to keep all my master copies, it involves cost, extensive cost. Producing masterpiece is quite expensive. It is almost 1,000 times the cost of the books you buy from Amazon, because from after proofreading, after editing, with the assistant or the person helping me to make my books, I have to produce the master copy. And those master copies like this is master copy of my book, My Vision of a Better World Without United Nations. This is my master copy. And this book only, this particular book cost me, as you can see, it's colored, masterly crafted, cost me more than 7,000 to produce only this copy, because printing one copy original is quite expensive. So it takes me a lot of pain to get my books master copies set to be able to show to my book lover. But what I do sometimes is I have to buy them. If I cannot afford the cost to produce the master copy, I will only buy a copy from Amazon, which I did in some of the books, which I will show you as we progress. But this is my master copy, and this is my vision of a better world without United Nations. On this book, this is my war in the world, and I'll be fighting it until I die to make sure that UN is dismantled and all regions, every nation be represented by their regional grouping, like AU, ASEAN, European Union, whereby every nation and regional group will decide their fate, solve their own conflict, settle their differences, and stop allowing 7 countries, I mean 7 Security Council members, 7 who has veto power to decide the life of 7.6 billion people in the world, that they only drag us into carnage wars to sell their arms. They make sanctions to destroy nations, starve citizens to death. So that's why I am calling on the world. This book is must read. This book. I spoke everything that I've been feeling since I was young, and I had firsthand the carnages, the devil, the evil UN has created, even to our great-great-grandparents. I said, most people ask me, what inspired you to be an author? I told them it's me. The pain I feel deep inside about the evil created by the so-called colonial masters. Then they asked me, who is your mentor? I said, I don't have a mentor, but I borrowed my lead from the music of Bob Marley. Most people don't understand the music of Bob Marley that I define in all my books. Bob Marley is not a musician. Unfortunately, he died very young. But he is a messenger that saw what many people have not seen until every nation has absolute right to do what they can do, what they can afford, without another nation telling you what you need to do and what you need to have, including nuclear. There will be no peace. That is the message of Bob Marley. And that's what I've continued to say. And that's my message. I am not a writer. I am a messenger. All my books, you can see it on my preface. World peace only if we dismantle United Nations. Go and check out this book. I said what no author want to say. I said what no writer would ever want to say in this book. I told Ban Ki-moon, you just have to ask yourself, how do they appoint secretaries of UN? Who? How? America manipulates, buys the politicians in UN, they choose. All Korean presidents has finished up in prison. All. Since 1967, every Korean president X goes to prison. The last president, Ms. Park, is in prison. This current president, Mr. Moon, will also go to prison. So why do they choose South Koreans? Manipulation. Ban Ki-moon went to sell arms in Sudan. Then a few days later, he resigned. His time is finished. And South Sudan today continues to be in conflict because of the arms. Why should UN give helicopter for a terrorist to escape? They call him rebel leader. UN must be ended for the world to see peace. Now they've started again. The new UN coward is now telling us that Venezuela is creating atrocities. Instead of saying the people who are sending fake opposition as they sent in Libya, they used to destroy Libya. As UN funded opposition in Syria, they are now funding one in Venezuela. Turn my book, see my book, read by yourself. I speak my mind, I have nothing. All I have is my pen and my bread. This, because my mission is to open the eyes of the world. This one, the graveyard, every one of you knows, no matter what grave means in your own language, grave is never a good thing. Grave. France, America, Britain, Australia turned Libya and Iran into graveyard. Today, just last month, Tony Blair, I wrote in this book that Tony Blair, Bush should be tried and hanged to death because what they did in Iraq and Libya is the worst crime. Obama, Hillary Clinton, they manipulated the world through mainstream media to destroy Iraq. They've started again in Iran. Chemical weapon, nothing. Now, finally, what I said in my book, also I said it in my vision of a better world with United Nations, that it was all based on false manipulation. Just last month or so, Tony Blair finally acknowledged that he lied. Still, bastard Bush has not come up publicly to say, I am sorry, I lied. Now, brain drained, coward Trump has started again in Iran and Venezuela. I said it all in this book. Go and see what I said is factual, verifiable, and authentic. The graveyard is masterpiece because my books are message the world must hear. This, my message to the president. This book is so dear to me and very unique to me in two significant points. One, in this book, I saw what was happening in Ukraine. I wrote letter, sent to the president, but I did not send to Obama. People ask me, why did you send letter to other presidents and not to Obama? Because I said Obama was the architect of the crime, so he does not deserve to see my letter. That's why today I call Putin mighty Putin. President Putin, I call him mighty president, the most decisive, the most articulate, and the most visionary leader. Putin was because of Ukraine. This is the copy of my letter. It's there for you to see. They acknowledged all. I sent to, first of all, I addressed this letter to Petrochenko, President of Ukraine, His Excellency Petrochenko. Then I sent to France, Germany, Italy, England, then David Cameron. I told them they have started what they started in Iraq. They have started what they started in Libya. But I said in that letter, those who have eyes and ears must stop them. I made a remark to Putin. I said, the only way we can stop them is if these leaders stop being food as they were food in Libya. I think my call opened the eyes of Putin. Before they would know it, Putin has taken over Crimea and left the European Union with Ukraine. He supported Crimea. They had referendum. He helped them to get passport. They seceded. And today, President Putin has become the most visionary leader of the world. He has stopped bastard Trump in Venezuela. He has stopped Trump in Iran. He has stopped Trump in North Korea. If Putin did not send Russian military to be visible in Venezuela, America could have bombed Venezuela, but they will not. People ask me why. I say why? Simple. Venezuela is the most closest range to all cities of America. And if they bomb Venezuela, America will be turning to Libya. Because many nations want to revenge on destruction, carnage in all nations. But I told Trump on Twitter, he will be the most stupid animal to attack Venezuela, unless if he wants to turn America into carnage. I put in Twitter, in his email, I told him he must not try it, and he did not. Yes. Next. Our war devoid by greed, corruption. This book, I was inspired to write because of a Chinese general who was executed because of corruption. Who was executed Because of corruption. Because of corruption. He was executed because of corruption. Then I say, what else does he want? That he destroyed his career. He destroyed his career, his life, and the life of his family. So this book was based on facts when he was hanged to death in China because of greed and corruption. It's 5-star rated on Amazon worldwide. This book is 5-star rated. You can go and check it out today. Our world devoid by greed. Greedy man loot. Those greedy people never live to eat their loot. Our politicians today has become dogs that eat the bones on their neck. They loot, they steal, but at the end of the day, when they are sacked, the same billions they steal will be taken back by the government because they cannot put them in the bank. They stuck them in their houses. For example, Malaysian former Prime Minister Najib Razak, how much was he kept in the rooms? But today, he will not live to eat those loot because he will die in prison and the government will bankrupt his family as they have started. Dr. Mahathir is taking back everything he took. Corruption. Our corrupt leaders have become, they are even worse than mosquitoes that suck blood. They bankrupt their state, they loot the treasures they put abroad. This English way of life. I have collection of books, amazing books, that if I start to go one by one today, maybe you feel, oh my God, how many more is coming? Please go and check out my books on Amazon, Kindle, all bookshops around you in the world. Click on my name, Author John Kanwok. You can see all my amazing books. My books are inspiring, educative, informative, and very digestible because I go to the root of the issue, the root of the matter. This one is on massive promotion now on Amazon, only $1, 99¢. English Word of Life, Contemporary Grammar and Preposition is masterly crafted, colored, based on my work with students. It's on massive promotion. Just go to Amazon now and click. Only 99¢. This, the essence of communicative English. The essence, the importance, the need of communicative English. Check it out now on Amazon. Our Broken World. This book was based on fact, an incident where Michael Brown was shot and killed by a white policeman. When this incident happened in US, it became issue of race. Instead of talking about loss of life, they start to talk about the skin color of the person who killed and the person's life that was wasted. That's why I said our broken world It's here. You can see it. It is masterly crafted, informative, factual. You can see the incidents very clear. And that I borrowed a word from Martin Luther King, which you can see also in this book. Martin Luther King. Martin Luther King was one of the greatest inspirations that I got. I have three people actually. Number one is Bob Marley. Number two, Nelson Mandela. But I still have an issue. Although you cannot have problem with somebody who is dead. When Nelson Mandela was released in prison, I was excited, very happy. When he won the presidency, I sent him a letter of congratulations. But he came short. Because independence and freedom without economic freedom is useless, is worthless. Because the policy why America is still dominating this world today was the policy they created in 1776. America knew ahead of time how to hold the world at ransom. They said, if you control any nation's economical resources, their freedom is worthless. And that's why today I respect the founding fathers of America, because they knew what was needed. They were even far ahead of Churchill, who British who gave them freedom became their own slaves, because American founding fathers focused on economic independence than political. Because political power without economic power is worthless. So America established Federal Reserve Bank, that every nation who trade their money will come to them. So they have right, they have power to make sanctions, because if your money is in their bank and they say you cannot get it, you are finished. So you have to do what they want. Nelson Mandela was my mentor half, because when he came out from prison, he got what he has been fighting for, political freedom, but denied the South Africans the economic freedom from the monopolies who has ever controlled South Africa. They still control all economic aspects of South Africa. That the blacks in South Africa are still till today slaves. They don't have land titles. Malema is trying. I pray that God will help him to succeed. So check out this book. It's informative. This, The Essential Tools, is also one of my highly crafted English books. Go and check it out today on Amazon. It's colored, masterly crafted. The English Way of Life, The Essential Tools. It helps you how to write your resume, your essay, everything. Business letters is your guide. And this knowledge is wisdom. I have so many books. Like I said, I continue to get them as I can, the master copies. But you can just find all my books on Amazon, on our bookshop. All you need to do is just look for this name, John Kanwoko. You can find all my books. Thank you for watching. Thank you for having the patience to listen to my crap. I appreciate your moral support. I wish you all, whoever is watching and those who are going to watch, please also check out my Twitter feed, my YouTube feed. Actually, my YouTube is Amazing. You can see all me in my YouTube. Just look the same name, John Kanwoko. You can see my YouTube television and see. This thing also, the one you are listening now, will be on YouTube. Thank you, thank you, thank you, and God bless you all for following. Yes, Mr. Sahara, have you finished?
Yes.
Okay, take picture and say. Thank you for watching and God bless. I'll be returning again very soon in another session. This session has just finished with Mr. Saharat. Mr. Sahara, say bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Yes. Thank you and thank you, Amechi. Thank you, Elizabeth. Thank you. God bless you all for watching. Bye.